Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Delaney. And today is going to be a little bit different of a Fashion Friday. It's going to be a fun one. I did a video on something similar to this a few years ago, and recently over on Instagram, the DMs were popping off on all sorts of questions about boobies. So a lot of you actually referenced that old video that I posted years ago, and you were like, I love that video, it helped me so much. So I wanted to do like an updated one and just chat about this more with you guys, because I know a lot of us can relate to this and hopefully this is helpful. So we're gonna be going over styling boobs today and all of the tips and tricks that I personally have found over the years and that I personally use when styling for my body type. So hopefully this is helpful. That is the goal here. Also, I'm sure you guys can tell I am in a different space. We're actually on a trip right now, and this is the Airbnb we're staying in. It's so cute. So that's what the little change up is. And also something else that I wanted to preface on this video is, obviously we all have different bodies and we all have different boobs. I think that a lot of us can still relate to each other, even with the variations in our exact girls, so to speak. And something I experienced last time that I posted this video is this like weird type of person that will be like, your boobs aren't even big, or like, my boobs are so much bigger, like this isn't helpful, or whatever. If you're the type of person who thinks everything is a competition, and because my boobs aren't as big as yours or something, this is invalid to you, I mean, this video is just, first of all, obviously not for you, and that's very strange behavior. So yeah, I mean, objectively speaking, I do not have small boobs, but I do understand that there's people with much bigger boobs than I have, and all I can speak to is my own experience and my own body. So hopefully that doesn't get lost in translation, and this video is just for anyone who can find value or help from it. So that being said, specifically for me, like, I have a smaller, more athletic build and then like a fuller bust. So that is something that has been a little bit struggling to style in the past. I have like fought with my body, so to speak, about my boobs for years and years, ever since they developed when I was in high school. I found it challenging to not feel over-sexualized, or like, you know, that my outfit or myself felt like slutty in something just because I had boobs. And also proportionately, it can be really frustrating because your boobs can make you feel and look a lot bigger than you are sometimes, and that can just be frustrating to figure out how to style that. And also, I feel like boobs, in my experience, have ruined outfits so many times, because I'm like, this is such a cute dress, this is such a cute top, but I'm literally spilling out of it. It doesn't fit right here. It fits everywhere else perfectly and not right here. And obviously all the fashion models and print and runway and everything are traditionally very small chested, and it looks so nice. Like, the clothes look so good with the small boobies, and then when you don't have that, it can be really frustrating trying to like style yourself in these things that you think are beautiful and you want to wear, but they're just not working with what you're working with. So that's where all of this comes from. Hopefully you guys watching can relate, and we're gonna dive into all these great things. I'm also not going to be like trying anything on. I'll put reference photos in this video for you guys, but because we're traveling, I'm not going to be trying anything on. If you guys would like to see another video in the future that is more actual visuals of these things, let me know and I could definitely do that. The first category that we're going to cover when it comes to the boobies is bras, because I feel like that's such a hot topic and obviously has everything to do with the boobs. So the first bra that I'm going to mention, I am not kidding at all when I say that this completely changed my life and the things that I feel comfortable and confident to wear now, and that is going to be the gather-all bra. This is everything and more to me. I am not kidding. Like, the passion I have for this is crazy, and so many of you have DM'd me and said that it changed your life as well. So I love to hear that, because I could not relate anymore. This is a strapless, backless bra. So it's literally just in the front. And what this does for my girls is crazy. I will give you guys some tips on putting it on, because I've gotten a lot of messages about that. What you're gonna wanna do is I take the left boob first and I cup it into the gatherall, and then, you know, she's kind of like secured to your body like this, and then I go over and I grab the right boob and secure her with the gatherall. So they're like smushed together, kind of, they're like anchored together, and you're using some like tension to create that. So you don't just like put it on and like let them sit where they are. You like scoop them together and put it on, and this thing freaking stays for me. I'm also like a very oily person. I'm not a super sweaty person, I guess, but I don't experience issues with it like falling off or whatever. I know everybody's like pH or something's probably different, and it could be different for some people, but mine freaking stays. Like, I don't even have to wear a shirt over it, and they are just anchored there. This is so life-changing because I can wear backless things now. I will even wear it under things that are like fully a shirt or a dress or whatever, but it just gives me like a lift and some support, and there's no straps, there's nothing in the back. It's like literally the best thing that's ever happened to me. As far as sizing goes with this, I am a D cup, so I just get the D because it doesn't have a band or anything. I think some people say it runs a little bit small, so you could size up. Unfortunately, they only go to a double D. I wish they went even higher. I'll put a note in to the brand because they have gifted me before. I DM with them, so I'll be like, can you make them bigger? Because I know there's girls with even larger chests that would love to experience this magic. Okay, and then we'll go into some more traditional bras. So for like everyday bras, a strapless bra obviously is great, and that gatherall one, backless and strapless, I love. But if you want even more intense support, just like a classic strapless bra, so good for fuller chested girlies. The, I don't even know if that's how you say it, Wackhole, I don't know how you say that brand, but they have this strapless bra that is famous for fuller chested girls. It's called the Red Carpet. It works so well, and obviously it has a band and everything, so it's just more traditional. Okay, and then for some more everyday bras, the Skims Fits Everybody t-shirt bra. I love this bra. I will say that I find Skims to be just run small in general, so keep that in mind. I think for both cup size and band size, but specifically band size, they run pretty small, so just keep that in mind. I also love a mesh bra, and Skims had this mesh bra that I'm obsessed with. I cannot find it on their website anymore. I think they don't make it, but they have another one that's called like the ultra fine mesh bra that is probably great too. I like this because it's just really comfortable and soft. It's not like adding a lot, it's kind of minimizing, but it's also not like super compressive, so I love that. There is also a Harper Wild Comfort Plunge mesh bra, I think it's called. I just think that a mesh bra is really comfy and it's not like adding. Also, like, I'm not playing about this video, guys. There's 2 pages of all my thoughts. The next kind of bra that I love is like a lacy bra for layering, and I actually think that this is a great way to style when you have fuller chest. This is obviously not minimizing in any way because I'm kind of like using the bra on display. There are also, the ones that I love aren't like push-up bras or anything, so it's not like making them any bigger, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? Today, I love my boobs. I mean, I want to love my body every single day, but you know, sometimes I'm just like, I don't care. I'm gonna let these girls show a little bit today. So I think styling with a lace bra, like layering with that, is such a great way to do that. I recently wore this little like tie top that there was no way in hell I could wear without a bra underneath because it was so like revealing, which I think is the way the shirt is meant to be worn, but that didn't work for me. So I styled it with a lace bra, and I got so many compliments on it, and I loved the outfit myself. So I was like, this is such a great like hack for, you know, I needed a little bit more support and I didn't want to ruin the outfit with like a normal bra showing, but I was like, a lace bra can show and be so cute. So some really good places, I think like lingerie places are the best for lace bras like this. Lounge has beautiful ones. I love all of their lingerie. Gooseberry Intimates also has really pretty lace pieces. Fleur de Mal is a great lingerie brand that I love, so anything like that, and like small random brands as well. Sports bras wise, I like, for working out and everything, I love the Vitality, I think it's called Scoop or Scoop 2 or something, that bra. So flattering and so supportive, probably my favorite for just boobs in general. I love the crop shop boutique styles as well. They're so cute, but they are less supportive and they're more revealing, so you really have to be like, I like to wear those going to like an all-girls Pilates class or something. Lower impact and safer environment. White Fox has also been really great for activewear for the girls, in my opinion. And then I have two other random like bra-like things. So when I'm wearing something like low cut, because the Gatherall has like a closure right here, you know, so when I'm wearing something lower cut, or when I want it to be like super seamless and not a ton of support, like a high neck top that I don't need like a lot of support and I just want it to look like there's literally nothing there, I will do these little like sticky things called cakes, and I love them for those specific types of tops. They really don't offer a lot of support. You have to be wearing something that's like tight on the front so that they stay on, but they just create like a nice smooth, they're just, sometimes I just need the cakes. Like I can't think of what else, but the Gatherall doesn't work for everything. Sometimes I'm like, I need the cakes right now. So I really like those. They do not stick either. They're like silicone, so they don't stick, I don't know. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention boob wise is boob tape. I think that boob tape in theory is great. I love what it can do for you. You can like move them, lift them, do all this amazing stuff, but it's really finicky in my opinion. It's hard to conceal, it's overstimulating, and I just do not love boob tape. So I don't know, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that, if anyone's passionate about it, or if we're all just kind of like love it in theory but it's not really working for me. Okay, the next category and section that we're gonna go in is tops and dresses, so styling with clothes, the boobies. These are some general tips that I have for styling, and then I'll get into some more specific ones. In general, I think flattering wise, support wise, just what I feel like works best styling, tighter tops over looser ones are generally better. Ironically, I'm wearing a top today that doesn't really fit any of these tips, so just keep that in mind. They're not always steadfast, but yeah, just generally speaking, I think that like a tight t-shirt looks more flattering and better on my body type than a loose one, because what we're trying to avoid is this like tenting effect that I know a lot of you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, and it's just like when we're giving the boobs the room to like push the rest of the outfit out, and then it just makes everything be like pushed out basically. Another really, really good tip to keep in mind whenever you're shopping or styling is anything with adjustable parts is going to be great, especially if you are smaller with larger chest, because being able to adjust the areas specifically that you need is a game changer. So if the neck is adjustable, if the straps are adjustable even, is so helpful in my opinion. If the back is adjustable, if it has like a tie or something, all of these areas that can be adjusted, if I see that in a piece of clothing, I'm like, that is something I can definitely work with. I know that that is a good thing to recognize in clothing for myself. Like I'll keep my eye out for that. Okay, another sort of interesting tip that I found is high-waisted things can sometimes be tricky with a fuller bust because you're getting really close to the line of your bust, and creating like differentiation between your waist and your bust is like flattering. And sometimes when we're getting really high-waisted, we are teetering between like blurring those lines. So low-waisted can be really flattering with a fuller bust just to like separate those two. Of course, high-waisted things still can work, but sometimes when I don't like an outfit and I can't figure out why, I've been able to recognize that it's something to do with like the waist being too close to the bust and those lines kind of like blurring and making my proportions feel really off. Okay, another really good tip is any sort of tops with like structure on or around the bust, I think can be really flattering. A really good example of this is I have a baby doll top, which kind of sounds like could be a sketchy idea with the fuller bust, right? Like with the tenting effect and everything. But the baby doll style I think is really flattering because this is like carved out and structured so that you can see the definition basically of this and also your waist at the same time. And then the rest is like flowy and everything, but because this has been established, so to speak, in the proportions, it looks really nice still. So I love a baby doll top. I love something, you know, even with the like when there's just like structure on or around the bust, I think that's really flattering for a fuller chest. Now we're gonna get into the more specific types of tops and dresses that I think work really well in this category. So as I mentioned, tighter versus looser, I think tight t-shirts and tight long sleeve shirts are really flattering and always look good, so I reach for these so much. And specifically the brands that I love for these that come to mind is White Fox and Skims. So just these like long sleeve tight t-shirts or little t-shirts. It looks so good with like jeans and a nice bra that fits well and looks good underneath. It's just everything. Okay, and corset style, bustier style tops I think are so good for us fuller chested girls. Obviously this is again something where you're kind of like putting them more on display and like really owning your body, which if you are into or if you're in the mood for it, I love it. If you're not into that, you know, you just bypass it. But I think that it's really, really flattering, and I reach for tops like this a lot because I think it works really well. And some brands that I think are so good for this, I am always amazed by White Fox. I'll wear a size small in their corset style tops, and they 9 out of 10 times fit my girls so well, which I'm like, how is this all working? Like, I'm so stoked on this, and I just think that they look so good. House of CB is also incredible for this, and something that I love about them is they even offer larger cup size options, so you can do like a small with the larger cup size option, and it's you're getting the best of both worlds, which is just so hard to find. So I love that House of CB specifically offers that. They do it in their dresses as well. Miss Circle is also such a good brand for this style of top and dress, and I find them so flattering. I actually usually wear an extra small in their brand, and sometimes it gets a little tricky with the cups. Like, it's just the cup is so small on that usually, but in general I love that brand for that style of top and dress. Also more expensive, but if you want to invest in like a corset style top that's more customizable to you and your body, the brand, it's like a small Ukrainian designer, Statnia or Statania, I don't know how to say it, but I have a few corsets by her. Life-changing. She does it by cup and then all of your measurements and everything, and they're literally a work of art and so flattering and so like custom to you, which is incredible. Okay, and then another style of top that I'm gonna reach for all the time and I know is so flattering for my body is halter. Again, this is because it has an adjustable neck and it's going to have a lift effect, which is so nice for the girls, and it just looks so good. It's fun, it's sexy, and I feel like it gives really good support. Some brands that I love for this is, I feel like I get a lot of halter tops from Revolve, and specifically another neckline with halters that I think is so nice is the Sweetheart. It's so flattering and I think it just looks so good. I also love like a crisscross halter. I think that's really nice, and that gives like even more support because it's pulling them up and together. Really good hack. White Fox also has a lot of halter neck tops that I love. Yeah, I think that's like all the brands I can think of off the top of my head. Another top tip or like dress tip is asymmetrical or tube top. I kind of bunched these together because I feel like the lines are doing something, you know, like it's almost drawing attention away maybe from the boobs in my mind, because the boobs are round and then there's like a line. Something about it to me is giving distraction and I think that it looks really nice. Or maybe it's the mix of like round plus angular that I think looks really good together. I don't know what it is, but tube tops and asymmetrical tops are doing something good for us. Another style of top or dress that I will always gravitate towards is high neck and low back. And specifically since I met the Gather All bra, this has become even more comfortable and preferred by me because of the incredible support that the Gather All gives me. I would still wear tops like this before I had the Gather All, but just with like pasties, which gets a little bit trickier because there's like no support with those, so I kind of would feel, you know, a little like exposed or weird or uncomfortable sometimes with just like my boobs like in the top floating around, so to speak. But with the Gather All, I'm like, everything is just snatched in there. I feel so secure, and I love a high neck low back top because I feel like it diverts the attention away from your boobs and it's like bringing it up to the neck and your face, and then the back is like the statement part. There's no cleavage, and I just think it's so beautiful, and I love that style for us fuller chested girls. Okay, another style that I love is a really low like plunging V-neck. I think that this can be so flattering, and specifically only when it has enough coverage on the sides. So one thing about my specific boobs, I guess, is sometimes I can like hide them a little bit and make it look like I don't really have boobs. And I know not everybody has like that same experience, but with a really low V neck, sometimes if there's like coverage on the side, I feel like I can almost like hide them to the side a little bit. And this would be a good time for like boob tape or the cakes or something, but it's like you're kind of just making it look like you're just highlighting this area and pulling them to the side so it looks like more small and flat, which sometimes that's exactly what I want. So I think that that can work on occasion depending on the actual item of clothing and of course your actual boobs. Okay, one thing that I think can be tricky, and this is again where I'm saying this top that I'm wearing today is like going against everything I'm saying, but anything with like button fixtures I think can be really hard to style fuller chested. This top is an exception because it's so roomy, but it also is a bodysuit, so it's kind of like, it's not creating the tent effect because it's getting pulled in at the bottom. Maybe I should check this, but this is the top for reference. And I feel like the waist being pulled in is creating like a shape so that it's not really tenty. It's like a really like roomy shirt. It's like puffy, you know? The button closures aren't doing the thing where they're like trying to bust out for all that they're worth, you know what I mean? Like when I wear a tight cardigan and a bra, it's like that's not gonna work at all. I hate the way that looks when there's just like gaping and tension, and I can't deal with that. But this is like an exception to the rule. But just generally speaking, things with button fixtures I think can be harder for us, because if you just wore like a normal button up too, that's when like the tenting can happen. Because this one is cinched in, that's not happening. And like another style of top that statement kind of fits for, I still wear this style of top because I can like kind of get away with it, but it does look kind of bad from the side sometimes and it is a little bit uncomfortable. But there is like these denim tops, like Damson Matter makes them. I have one from Meshki and they're like tight with the buttons and they are quite literally suffocating the girls, especially if you're like smaller frame, larger bust, because I need like a small in that top. And so then it's like fitting everywhere else, but it's like flattening and like cutting in with the seams and like cutting your boobs in half and just creating all these like bulges and stuff. That's, you know, like I said, I still wear them because I think they're cute. And from the front, you can kind of get away with it. From the side, it's a little tricky. So be wary of button fixtures and just pick your battles. Do whatever you're comfortable with, but generally speaking, I think they're a little bit dodgy for us fuller chested girls. Okay, and then the last category, I think this is like the last and only thing that encompasses boobs, but if there's something I'm missing that you guys also want me to touch on, let me know. And that's gonna be, for the last category, bathing suits. So I feel like this is where a lot of the conversation sparked in my DMs, because now that it's about to be summer and I'm wearing bikinis all the time, I feel like my boobs are more on display than they normally are, because obviously a bikini is like the smallest item of clothing. So this is where a lot of the conversation sparked, and I have always struggled with bathing suits. They're like my least favorite form of clothing, and I have done a lot of trial and error to figure out what really works for me and what makes me feel confident and what I like in bathing suits, because I think they can be so tricky. So here are all my absolute best tips and tricks for the bathing suits. Okay, the general tip on this is similar to the tops, and it is the more adjustable a bathing suit top, the better. So if the neck is adjustable, gorgeous. If the back is also adjustable, insane. If the cups are also adjustable, that's your one. That type of bathing suit, in my experience, is never going to fail me. And anything that bathing suit wise that's a fixed component, so anything that like stays in place and can't be adjusted, is a red flag for me. I won't completely not wear things that have this, but I get nervous when I order a bathing suit that has a fixed component. So if the neck is a closure, this is like the least rare one. The neck, a closure, not good. If the straps are a closure, not good. If the back has like the little clasp, not good in my opinion, because I'll usually need the cup size to be a little bit bigger. I'll need the band size to be smaller. So the band size fixed on the cup is just scary. And then also the actual like cup component not being able to move. Like, I love a triangle bikini, we'll get into that in a second, but if it's a triangle bikini and this part is not adjustable, like you can't move where the cups are, also a really big red flag for me, because that just usually doesn't work with my girls. So yeah, anything more adjustable the better with the bathing suit. And that leads me to triangle bikinis will always be my favorite style of bikini, and that is because a lot of them, the neck is adjustable, the back is adjustable, and the actual cups are movable, and that just works so well for me. I usually need to pull the cups really far to the sides because my boobs go out to the sides, and this allows me to go corral them and bring them closer and just work with them. You can get a big cup size, and then you can, you know, like you can buy a large and a triangle bikini and still make it fit on your waist, which is so nice. And specifically, it's a little bit more pricey, but bikinis you get so much wear out of for so many years, I feel like, so it is worth investing. I recently wore this Zimmerman one that I feel like was doing the most favors for my girls ever. So many people, even like friends of mine, were like, did you get a boob job? And no, I did not get a boob job. If I ever went under the knife for boobs, it would be for a reduction, which I'm at a place now in my life where I feel at peace with my boobs. I've learned how to style them and how to love them, so I'm not looking to do that at this time, but it's always been a thought of mine. I would never like go get a normal, because I've always wanted smaller boobs. I've always wanted no boobs. But anyways, this Zimmerman bikini, I don't know what it is about it, but it is so flattering. So I actually just ordered another one, and their sizing is kind of weird. It's like 0 through 3 or something. I ordered a 1 for size reference, but such a good bikini, and it's just a classic like triangle structure. Everything about it is adjustable. I will also say the triangle bikinis that have straps over the shoulder instead of a halter, I won't completely rule these out, but I find them so much less flattering on me, specifically because, like I mentioned, my boobs go out to the side, and when these straps are just like on the sides, they're staying over there. Like, I can't get them to come together, and I just think that the halter move, like bringing them together, so much more flattering. A crisscross halter is also so flattering in bikinis. This one I don't wear as much because I don't want the funky tan lines, to be honest, but the actual like fit and look of it, so cute, and it's bringing the girls up and together like even more than the normal halter, so it's really nice and lifting. I also think that balconette style bikinis can be really cute for fuller chested girls if the band and the cup can both work for you. So sometimes these do have a tieable back, which I think is great instead of the fixed closure. And some brands, sometimes the cup and the band does just work in a specific size, like a small or something. For me, I have like a denim one from Monday Swim that I will post a picture of here that was really nice in that way, and it fit really well. I think Monday is a great swimwear brand in general because both of the founders of that brand are fuller chested, so I feel like they really get it. And then the last mention for bathing suits is actually one pieces, which I don't normally go for, but I do have like a really cute black one from ASOS that I feel so snatched in, and it's so supportive and more like covered for the girls, so I really like that one. Again, I don't like wear those too much because the tan line is not ideal, but I think it's a really good option for fuller chested girls. There's also a brand called, I think it's like TNA or something, where it's like a corset style in the back, and they do a lot of one pieces, and they're so flattering, and I feel like those are a great option for fuller chested girls as well. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys found this helpful and useful. I will try to link all the bras that I mentioned. I'll try to link some pages to tops and dresses that I like, and also bathing suits, and let me know if you guys would want to see a more in-depth like actual styling video of these things. But keep these tips in your back pocket if you are on the fuller chested side. I hope that they help you. They've helped me so much, and as always, I appreciate you guys being here and watching, and I'll see you next week.